remembering that before, when I left school, went to the Air Force, travelled around the world, did all sorts of bits and pieces around the world. Right. Well, that started a year ago. Firstly, I was just in hospital. I then had an amputation on my big toe. The mixture of losing half my foot, I'd also become blind during that period of time. The landlord saying, you can't stay. I hit a massive brick wall. The whole of 2016 is 1 year that I want to eradicate out of my brain as quickly as possible. Burning of the note. That was someone who was showing off to their mates, had a "I'm higher than you" thought, and was just generally out to, prove that they actually had £20 that they could burn. What they failed to realise was that any one person is one paycheck away from being exactly the same condition as the person that they were doing it. Homelessness is a condition. It's not the person that's inside. It's very clear that everybody at a base level is a person, and the homelessness bit needs to go to the background. It is such a misconception. Because economically people find themselves on the streets for a hell of a lot of different reasons. The figures will tell you that family breakup is the biggest way in which you can end up in a situation where you are homeless. The drink and the drug side, the drink and drugs are there because people are looking for the barrier between what is going on in their lives and the harsh reality of the here and now. People are losing their work at a lot of a regular basis now. So there's a lot of people that are being evicted because all the people that went and bought houses in earlier times with rents now are going up at a massive rate. So if you lose your paycheck, you can't pay the rent, you're out on the homeless. You get groups of people from London or from the north that are coming down and are begging as a business as opposed to begging because they need the money,
Yeah.
and then that's painting a darker picture of what the problem is in Cambridge. And we don't seem to be tackling that in the way that I think it should be tackled, which is kind of zero tolerance.
Yeah.
You know, if you're coming here as a group of people for a day to purely beg, then that's a criminal act as far as I'm concerned. I am a firm believer, having been into this system in quite a shocking way, and then having spent the time in Jimmy's and then moving on and coming back and volunteering, that if we actually started to treat the homeless community as people, actually acknowledging them as humans, and not so much giving them money, but actually engaging in them, and then offering them a cup of coffee, offering them a sandwich, so that we're not just giving money willy-nilly, but there's actually, as opposed to just standing around and saying, oh, don't look at the dirty old man sat on the bench or anything. Giving the homeless person that spark.
In terms of how people treat you, you tend to keep yourself to yourself anyway. You kind of become a bit more paranoid about people asking you, are you okay, and what you want, and stuff like that. So, you kind of stay away from crowds, really, if you're homeless. If you're a beggar, obviously you want to be in the middle of crowds, but if you're not, you said, and because I was walking most of the time to try and get to Cambridge, it was pretty much of a lonely thing anyway. So you sleep when you can. If you're tired, you eat when you can. When you've got a bit of cash, which is not a lot, and you just carry on and try and keep yourself mentally fit. It's really difficult to keep your mental health together when you're on the streets.
Fair enough.
I think one of two things. We're probably better at reporting it. It's the way it goes. You report things that could have been that level before. I guess there could be an element of people not being able to afford where they rented, so they've been evicted due to austerity, losing their jobs, that kind of thing. There could have been an increase in relationship breakdown. I don't think there's one clear thing that's meant that people sleep more on the streets in Cambridge, but it's just, it's a whole combination of things, of people struggling with life perhaps, and they've found themselves in Cambridge and sometimes it's just safety, really. It's all about how you keep yourself safe and warm, and all the basic things. You really do go back to basics when you go on the streets, because where am I next eating, when am I next drinking, you tend to forget things about, like having a wash, having a shower, those kind of things. And I think it's just finding people that you can trust, that you can work with, and you can call friends on the streets and the rest of it. They often talk about humanist community, but it's pretty much a kind of disjointed community. They're very transient. You meet some people, they drift away, they do their own things, and all the rest of it. So it is reasonably unsafe, because obviously you're vulnerable on the streets, you're asleep at nights, and people can take advantage of you. I think one stat is that people living on the streets are more likely to be a victim of crime than actually perpetuate crime themselves and take part in crime. There's some horrible things that happen to people on the streets. But it's just the uncertainty of what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
And it's that fear of where's my life going, what am I doing, how do I control it, how do I get back on track? And that's obviously where Jimmy's comes in. So.